got the bloodlust.
Me too.
I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror. This is episode 242 of the program. Tonight we're talking about Saw X, the first Saw movie in our 8-year run that The Bloodlust has recorded. 8 years? 9 years? I forget now. 9?
It's 2007.
Wow.
17. Wait a minute.
No, that's not right.
That's not right at all.
2014.
Yes, that's right. 2014. Where did I get 2007 from?
So in almost 10 years, we have never done a Saw until today. And we're talking about Saw X, of course, the new Saw movie.
Socks.
My name's Amy. I'm your fearless leader. That other voice you heard is Jamie, my lovely, talented co-host. Hello, friend.
And so stuffy. Hello.
Yeah, Jamie's Chucky Finstering it tonight pretty heavy.
Yep.
So, sorry.
It happens.
It does. And it'll happen to you too someday, so don't cast aspersions.
Nope. No judgments.
That's right. We hope you guys had a lovely holiday season. We're now back into the daily grind, or most of us are anyway.
We get
Ready
one more
to talk
holiday
about
coming
horror
up,
again.
but...
Yeah, that's true. One more Monday off work.
Yep, and then we're done.
Yeah, that's sad.
It is. I hate it. It
And
goes
then
too
nothing till what?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Ugh.
I know, it feels so long away. So far away.
So far away.
Yeah.
So, for tonight, Saw. This Saw movie has John Kramer, of course, the famous Jigsaw of the Saw movies.
Yes.
John Kramer as the lead, which is a departure for this franchise. He is the lead of the movie, and it got me a-thinking. For our roundtable tonight, our question is, what is your favorite movie where the bad guy is the lead? Jamie, what'd you come up with?
Oh, me first? I'm just kidding. I'm always first. So
Yeah.
For some reason, I drew a blank on this and had to think for a while, but I came up with 2.
Okay.
And the first one I thought of was American Psycho.
Yeah, sure. Narrated by...
Classic. Yeah,
the bad
narrated
guy.
by... He's horrific. He's definitely all sorts of bad guy. And yeah, he's the main the main protagonist or antagonist, but like the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's in the whole thing's about him. So there's that one, and then I also thought of Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is a good choice. That was one of my first thoughts, too.
Because I love that movie. And he's like, I don't know, it's a very interesting take on like bad guy.
He's
like
a very
his
amoral
motives,
character.
Yeah, his motives for doing the bad things are just like so simple. Like he just wants the juiciest news.
But he becomes so morally corrupt because of it.
Yeah.
And seems to be okay with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Good choices. You know what I thought you were going to pick was Amadeus.
Oh, well, see.
There's some, we could debate about whether or not he's the bad guy, though.
That's why. I think because I've literally never seen him as the bad guy.
Right.
He's maybe annoying. Oh, I'm thinking Mozart because he's in it just as much, but Salieri. I don't see him as like the bad guy. He's
don't
just
you?
Not really.
Okay. I guess they want you to sympathize with him. But I guess they kind of want you to sympathize with all the main bad guy leads. Except for Jake Gyllenhaal's character in Nightcrawler. I think you're just supposed to watch him and be disgusted.
I guess Salieri is the baddest of the folks in
guys
that
in
movie.
it. Yeah.
But I've never seen him as like, or viewed him as like a true villain.
A villain? Okay. The Godfather is one.
Oh, yep. Scarface.
Scarface is another one. Any mob movie, Goodfellas, any of those.
Yeah. Psycho Gorman.
Psycho Gorman. Oh, another great one would be A Clockwork Orange.
Oh, yep.
One of the most morally corrupt characters
Yeah.
in film history, and it's all about him. And then I think my two favorites are Taxi Driver and There Will Be Blood.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Maybe he's not a villain from the beginning, but he definitely becomes the villain of the story.
He sure does.
So those are my choices. Were there some other ones? I mean, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer was the only other one on my list that we didn't really talk about.
Oh,
But we're not definitely not meant to sympathize with that guy either.
the Joker.
Yeah. Listeners, what are some of your picks? What's your favorite movie where the main character is a bad guy or gal? There was that one movie with Rosamund Pike. What was it called? It was a Netflix movie where she swindled old people out of their retirement.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It was good.
Huh.
Damn, it had a fun title too, and I can't remember what it's called. Oh well. But anyway, let us know what you think. We love to hear from you.
Yes.
Yes. Shall we start talking about Saw?
Yes. Sorry.
Are you with me?
I'm with you.
All right. Well, let's start talking about Saw then.
Okay. Let's. Okay. Saw X is directed by Kevin Greutert. I didn't look up that one. Written by Pete Goldfinger and Josh Stolberg. It's rated R. Runtime 1 hour 58 minutes. It stars Tobin Bell, Shawnee Smith, and Sonova Makodi Lund.
Oh, is that the one you looked up?
Yes. Is released September 29th of 2023 in theaters. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's 80% fresh with critics, 89% fresh with audiences.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
It is.
A lot of positive reviews that I saw.
I mean, maybe it's just because the last handful in the franchise have been such stinkers.
Well, the last one was the Spiral from the Book of Saw, and that was actually pretty good. The one with Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson. You didn't like it?
No.
I didn't think it was bad.
I didn't like it at all. I think it was too far removed from, I don't know, the feel of the Saw movies. Like,
it definitely felt different.
Yeah. So, like, it's almost like I don't even want to consider that, like, canon in the Saw franchise.
Yeah, sort of like how they did that Paranormal Activities in like, the marked ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, they tried something different, and I wasn't super into it.
Well, this one takes place, as you can tell by their cell phones in the movie, in between the first Saw and Saw 2. And in this way, they kind of were able to make it almost a reboot.
Yeah.
To do it kind of differently. It's so far the best reviewed installment in the series. The director
That's crazy.
The director also directed Saw 6 and Saw 3D, and the writers are the same as from Jigsaw and Spiral.
Okay.
And in this one, John Kramer is the main character, and he has this brain cancer, which is eventually cured. Is that right? Or does he die? I'm not really up on the canon.
No, he is not cured of the brain cancer.
Okay. So he is trying for a miracle cure. These people, this Norwegian doctor is supposed to have figured out this way to kill cancer through this combination of injections and a drug cocktail that they're very cagey about. And he's like, sure, let's do it. And it turns out that they're all just con men, and they're
frauds.
Ripping people off. They're doing the thing that is maybe the most abhorrent thing you could do, which is exploit the terminally ill to make money. People who do that and people who try to swindle people that have like loved ones that are missing are maybe the lowest people I can think of.
Yeah, you're capitalizing on horrible situations, and you're just some of the worst people.
Yeah. And what is Saw if not a way to punish the worst people? They usually are going after like corporate execs, pharma people, things like that, right?
Yep.
And that's what we like about these movies. They give us a cathartic way to punish bad white collar people.
Yeah, you get a little schadenfreude.
Yeah. So in this one, he's going after the people who tricked him.
Swindled them.
Yeah. And like Jamie said, it's almost 2 hours long. So it's the longest Saw. For sure.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, the first Saw is only like 50% fresh with critics.
That's ridiculous.
I know. And that's the second best reviewed in the franchise.
That's still my favorite one.
Oh, sure. I thought it would be the best reviewed too. But
it's crazy.
But nay, this one is. So what did you think, Jamie?
I liked this like pretty well in terms of like all of the Saw movies, and I've watched I think all of them now fairly recently. Like I started at the beginning of October and went through all of them because they're all streaming on Hulu or something. But
not anymore. I tried to do that before, and they're down now, unfortunately.
Dang. Well, they were there, and so I watched them. So 1 and 2, really 1, 2, and 3 are still solid, in my opinion. Like 1 and 2 obviously are better, but those 3 are very rewatchable. The ones in the middle with Costas Mandalore, like they just get real rough. And then there's like the Jigsaw one or Saw 3D. That one was not very good. So when in comparing it like to the whole franchise, it's definitely one of the betters. I wouldn't put it as number 1, but I'd probably put it like maybe between 2 and 3.
Okay.
Or maybe even between 1 and 2. I don't know. I didn't love the ending.
No.
Thought the ending was very stupid. And I was kind of angry that like that's how it ended. Yeah. Did you know there was like an after credit scene too?
Yes.
Okay, so I did catch that. So
and our friend Costas.
I'm just gonna think that that's the ending, but the sort of the pre-ending part was terrible. I thought that was really just cheesy and stupid. But that being said, I like the traps in this and the gore. Like it had been a while since you see him. Even the one where he has like a dream or the
fantasy at the beginning about
with the
guy
eye
who's
sucking
stealing.
one.
Yeah.
That one was interesting because it was like I don't think there's been a trap where it just like the person didn't die at the end.
Maybe he thought it was a petty enough offense that he could get away with just sucking somebody's eyeballs.
He just wanted to suck his eyes out, but that was pretty gnarly and gross. I thought the kills were good. I liked the concept of the like being swindled. It felt very much like that scene from Man on the Moon, the Andy Kaufman movie, where he realizes that like healer, that shit is all fake.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, like it gave me those sorts of vibes. Like you see or even it kind of reminded me of that scene in Hard Candy, where she's cutting his nuts off and showing it to him, but like it's all fake. So I liked that as a concept. There's kind of, I think if you watch all the Saws, you kind of expect like a twist, some sort of twist at the end, some sort of gotcha moment. And for them
to show you everything that happened behind the scenes, like you're an idiot.
Exactly. You get the rewind of like, just in case you didn't know, here's how it was all put together.
With that music. Da-da-da,
yes.
da-da-da, da-da-da.
But like, I liked it in this one, even though I saw part of it coming. Like it was telegraphed pretty hard.
Did you see the initial swindling coming? Because I didn't.
Like his swindle?
No, I thought it was going to end up being like a Charles Bronson-y John Wick kind of situation where the government was going to come in and like knock over the operation. He was going to, when he returned and found the place empty. That's what I thought happened. And then he was going to go like John Wick on everybody. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I didn't know right away, but when I saw like that the room was all empty and stuff, I kind of had a suspicion. But that being said, like it was gnarly, and that's what people watch these for, is like the twist and the blood, the gore, the gnarly stuff. And I think this concept was very similar to like what you want to see in the Saw movies. Like there's the one where it's one guy kind of, I don't remember what one that is, 3 maybe, where he's like making his way through a hallway to different rooms, and there are all these people that have wronged him, and he has to make the decision whether or not to like hurt himself so that he can help these people. And I like these concepts better, where it's like a group of people in a room and they all now have to like witness each other making their, trying to figure out the traps or the tests.
And they don't usually do that?
They don't always
do it as often?
They just don't always do that.
I know they do it in the first one.
Yep, they do it in the first one. They do it in the second one. They're in a house in the second one. There might be only maybe a couple movies where it's not all in one room, but I'm glad that for this sort of installment, like with putting out a new one, I'm glad that's what they went with, where everyone's like in the same spot.
It kind of makes sense anyway, given that he's not in his home country. Right. He wouldn't be able to like find the resources and whatever.
Well, he seemed pretty resourceful because
he sure did.
He was really able to put together a lot of shit in his short time there.
That's very true. I also don't understand how he found his way back to that place, but
I don't either.
I am not the kind of person who could be driven somewhere and then find my way back. So
right. Well, he was kind of like drawing a map when he was sitting at a cafe. He was like sketching, and he looked and he saw like the radio tower and then drew it. It was almost like he was drawing something to sort of orient.
To figure out where
himself.
It was. He was doing math to figure it out. I see.
Yeah, smart people things.
I see.
Yeah, what was I just going to say?
Did you like making it about John Kramer and framing it like that and stuff?
I did like that. I thought that was interesting and a nice way to set this one apart from the other ones.
It made it feel like a reboot because of that more, too.
Yeah. And how he just looks very much like someone who's like on their last leg. Like this guy just looks rough in every version of this movie. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if that's how Tobin Bell is like looking in life now, because he just looks rough. But and speaking of rough, I was kind of distracted by Amanda.
Yeah, I
didn't expect to see her back, but I couldn't tell if they had done some of that like CGI, like
to try and de-age her,
de-aging,
because they're supposed to be 20 years younger, right?
Right, because he looked older, and she looked weird. She looked almost like fantasy-esque, like ethereal. She had that weird sort of like pixie cut.
What was that haircut?
I hated it. It was so distracting, but her face was also looked like there was like a filter over it.
I wasn't sure if that was just too much filler, or if I hadn't thought of maybe them doing something like that, but it's possible. It does look funny.
I found that to be distracting, but
especially because they didn't de-age him.
Right. But I liked everything else. Like, I think everyone who was acting in it, even in like the sort of minor roles, I think everyone did a nice job, given it's a Saw movie. You're not really watching it necessarily for the acting.
I thought Tobin Bell did a really good job.
I think he did too.
I think
there's
it was
a couple
nice
good scenes where he emoted really well.
He did. I mean, I think that it's interesting because, the rest of the people in the movie played it like a horror movie, but he played it like a drama. Like this was him going for like his Oscar or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was nice that they gave him a vehicle after he's been in so many of these movies that could feature him like that and give him a little bit of chance to flex his muscles.
Yeah, I agree. He did a really good job.
But yeah, everybody else was just horror movie actors.
Yeah.
Including, I found Amanda to be annoying. I don't know. I
always find Amanda to be annoying.
I haven't seen the other ones she's in, so.
Yeah. There wasn't one that she's in that I don't find her to be annoying.
I see.
I think the weird sort of
never not annoying. Got it.
Love struck, like puppy dog, mentor mentee thing between the two of them is very weird.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it seemed that way.
It has been in all the movies that she's in my opinion. Like, it's just odd.
I guess you could admire him for his engineering prowess.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but it's not like he's doing anything good.
No. What do you mean? He's a life coach, Jamie.
I know. Like, you're such a, like, narcissistic, holier than thou sort of attitude where it's like, this is going to help you. It's like, no, you're actually still just getting off on, like, watching people.
You're getting off
themselves.
on torturing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're fantasizing about it when you see someone steal something.
Right.
Like, that's your first thought, is to fantasize about how you could hurt him.
I did have I have a little bit of a weird, it felt weird to me empathizing with that character, given that he's all the things he's done. It
Right.
sort of didn't work for me because of that. I enjoyed the kills, but
I didn't empathize with him.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just such a sad, ridiculous human being.
You're still just a murderer.
Yeah, and a really sick one at that.
Just because you set it up as if like it's all in their control. You give them 3 minutes to figure this out.
Yeah, like, that's not enough time to do anything. That's not enough
time for someone to do that stuff. Like, no, you ultimately you just want to see them pay. It is about payback. It is about vengeance. You wouldn't even be putting them in those situations if it were a little bit about that.
Right. Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
No, he's not empathetic, in my opinion, at all. Like, all the other people he swindled, like, they swindled. Sure, but we also didn't even get to see or meet any real people who were swindled.
Right.
You just know it because you see all the names with the money.
Yeah, lots of money.
Yeah.
What did you think of the gore in this as opposed to, or compared to the other ones?
Felt like this went harder with some of the gore.
I did too. Some of it was pretty gross.
Like, there are definitely gory ones. I mean, there's one iteration or installment of Saw where the two people are chained up and there's like, they each have boxes in front of them with a scale and they have to, it's like the whole pound of flesh thing. Okay. They have to cut off something on their body, cut off skin, fat, or whatever. Like, that part's pretty gnarly. You see a woman just like straight up hack her arm off and a guy like cutting, I think it's either his belly or like the fat part of his thigh. And so like, that's pretty gross. But this, like, this one was pretty nasty. At least the very first one was.
The eyeball one?
No, the very first real one, not fantasy.
The one with the arms, with the pipe bombs.
Oh, I totally even forgot about that one.
That was disgusting.
That was disgusting. But I was talking about the girl.
The one who cuts through her leg with the...
Yes.
Yeah.
With the saw.
That was so
one,
gross.
I think that one hit hard because she did a really nice job of conveying that. Like, she kept doing the, like, she was going to throw up. And it just, at one point, it hit, like, a moment where she was just, it was sort of, like, robotic. Yeah. Just going through it. But that part, it just was so long. Like, yeah. It lingered for so long.
It's just half an hour of the runtime of the movie right there.
And then that wasn't even the end. Like, excuse me.
No.
Like, it wasn't just cut your leg off. Like, there was a whole second part to that. Again, 3 minutes is not long enough to do that.
I don't understand. Like, does he always give him 3 minutes?
I don't remember that much.
Because I don't think any of these people could do any of this stuff. Do you really think people could just so viciously hack off their limbs and stuff like that? I just don't think that's possible, and everyone's able to do it.
I mean, look, it took the one guy 27 days or hours, the hiker,
right,
who fell.
Yeah,
it took, in the first Saw movie, it took them like an entire day.
Right.
Like, who knows how long they were in there, but it took him that long just to cut his foot off.
Right. I just don't know.
Yeah, limiting it to the 3 minutes is kind of like, that's why I say it makes it impossible.
You just can't
feel
win.
Empathy, because it's like, you can't win. that was one of the deals with, was it Costas's character who did that? Or no, it was Amanda's. When she starts making some traps or whatever, she like got in trouble by him because she made traps that were unwinnable. That like people would do the thing, but
and
then
still
like
die.
but the trap did get sprung. So yeah, they still died.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the whole thing doesn't seem... It seemed crazy to me that every single one of them was able to do it. I feel like they should have had one person not be able to do it and just die.
Right.
Has that happened before?
Yes.
Okay.
Like they'll maybe like start at it, but then they can't do it ultimately.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I can't even cut myself.
Yeah, the first one, the cutting of the leg, like there's just no. Like I just don't think I could.
No.
But also like what an insane situation. But I guess who knows?
I suppose.
But yeah, the way it just like thunked off and like bounced on the ground and then ugh.
What do you think was the gnarliest scene? Do you think it was the leg?
I think it was, if it wasn't like right when the leg came off, it was, and we're getting into spoiler territory here now for anyone who hasn't seen it and wants to be surprised by these things. It was either the moment the leg came off or just immediately after it when then you realize, oh, she's got to like put the liposuction thing in her stump and suck out enough blood and fatty tissue to weigh down this scale thing.
That was pretty gross.
Again, that is an impossible task. You have to saw off an entire limb, your largest limb, your
and then
leg.
Without being able to move your head, you have to try and get it. It was her bone marrow they were trying to get. Can you imagine trying to...
Oh, that's
how would she have even done that?
I guess just by feeling.
I bet she'd be feeling a lot of feelings.
Blech. Or she'd be so much in shock that like...
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, that's not going to happen. Although it was pretty gnarly, the guy who went after her, Mateo, who had to...
Cut into his brain?
That reminded me of that scene from Hannibal.
Yeah. That perfect cut he made into his own brain.
I know. I was like, come on, man. How did you get a perfect circle? You're looking at a camera, like...
It would be so hard.
Of it would be so hard. But just
that
also just
gnarly.
The thought of like using tweezers to just poke and pull out chunks of your own brain.
That was probably the grossest part for me. But I really enjoyed the use of the intestines as like a rope.
As rope.
That was wonderful. I found this one to be less cartoony than some of the other ones I've seen of the saws. I mean, I don't remember enough from them, but I have seen a couple of the middle saws.
Okay.
And they were more cartoony, and I liked that. And this one had only really that moment. The rest of it was dead serious, but I enjoyed that. That was funny.
That was funny. I mean, that was like...
funny and disgusting.
You don't like the blonde lady anyway because she's a swindler and she takes advantage of terminally ill people. But like... you really start to dislike her as folks are going through the test because you realize that like nothing phases her. She doesn't care about anybody. She just wants to like get free. And she's also got like an unnatural stomach for seeing this sort of stuff.
Right.
And then,
because she was able to just dig in that woman's stomach like nothing.
Yeah. I know. Ugh.
Any parts that you didn't like? We'll talk about the end. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second.
Honestly, like, of stuff I didn't like, that was probably it. I didn't, as a whole, like, overall, I didn't like how long this was.
No.
Because I felt it. Like,
it felt like a really long time before we got into the meat of the story, to me.
Yes. And I didn't even hate that part, but like it definitely could have been trimmed down because it's like people are watching this because they want to see the tests, they want to see the traps, they want to get to the gore stuff. So like there was just a bit too much of that at the beginning.
I understand that you have to set it up and try and make him.
They still could have done that.
Yes, it was still too long.
Yeah.
And some of the monologue-y stuff in the warehouse or whatever after is also too long.
Yes.
The stuff when the guy comes back and stuff.
Yep. There were parts that probably either could have been removed completely or just shortened in some other way, but it didn't need to be almost 2 hours long.
Nope.
So I didn't love that. And yeah, I hated that end part, that first end part. I just didn't.
We'll have to talk about that.
I just didn't understand it. Like, that was such a weird choice.
He makes a lot of weird choices, if you ask me. His methods are not. They don't make a lot of sense to me. Exactly.
Whose methods?
John Kramer's. I mean.
Oh. I was saying, like, that scene was a weird choice for.
Oh, I see.
The writer.
Well, we'll talk about it. Okay. Do you think you'd recommend this one, and to whom?
I would absolutely recommend this one. I think horror fans in general would probably like this, but also if you've seen the Saw movies and you like the franchise and you stuck it out through those like bad middle ones and stuff, like, definitely check this out. Like, keep it going. It's weird because it's like, I guess this is maybe why I find it strange that it has such a high audience score. I wonder how many of those reviewers are folks who are lovers of the franchise, like, saw the original one and kind of those have been a part of their movie history, like, growing up, or if they're like new people to the franchise, because I almost feel like we've rounded the bend and worked our way out of the sort of torture porn.
Yeah, we have.
Years. And so it feels kind of strange, actually, to even see this type of movie.
Yeah.
Like, in a new version of this type of movie in this day and age. And I think now, like, so much horror is not artsy is not the right word, but it's very, like, real world or, like, psychological, or it's, it's focused around grief or very, like, emotional things, I feel like, are being explored now. Or, like, they're a little bit more higher concept. And so this feels sort of out of place in 2023.
Do you think there's like nostalgia for it?
But that's what I'm thinking. Like I liked it and I was interested, but I remember when the first Saw came out. And so Saw has always been like a part of my movie sort of repertoire. Mm-hmm. It just seems weird, like, for younger folks, like, is this the kind of movie that would get them into the series if they hadn't already started watching it? I don't know. It just feels kind of odd seeing such a torture porny type movie like this. Even though we get, like, the Eli Roth type stuff, but, like, we don't get as much of this. And Saw, that's all it's pretty much been. There was it feels weird. That being said, I still liked it. I would recommend it. I would recommend it to folks who have seen all of the Saws. And for folks who just like to see good, like, practical effects and, like, horror, like, gore and blood and stuff. Because it's got some gnarly, creative kills.
Yeah, some of them were cool. What do you want to rate it?
I'm probably going to rate this a 3. Like, the Saw movies, they're not winning any awards. It's like the mass market paperback of horror.
Yeah.
Movies, in my opinion. Like, I like that they tried to do something new here by making John the focus and changing up the location. Like, he's in a totally different country for this. So I like that sort of thing. And I like that they kind of harkened back to, it had more the feel of earlier Saw movies. But then again, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's also like, I don't know that these are necessarily like my favorite type of movie anymore. There was a time when I was like really into these kind of movies, and now I just watch them because it's like, I've been
You're
in
a completist.
The franchise. I'm a completist. I need to see all of them then. But, like, I don't know. I don't get the same, like, enjoyment from them as I used to.
Do you think you've changed, or do you think it's that kind of the vibe of society has changed and we're just
I think maybe it's just like oversaturation of those types of movies because like when Saw was big and started coming out, there were all sorts of, like, you had like Hostel and other ones that I can't think of right now that like were very similar in theme and tone. And I think there was just too much of that.
I think Saw set itself apart because, like, when they started out, was it like 2004 or 5?
Yeah.
It was like during Occupy Wall Street and the the housing crisis and all of that stuff. And instead of being like horny teenagers that got murdered, the victims became these horrible people. And so we had like a cathartic, that was awesome, you know? Right. And we love to see it. So that, to me, made Saw different from those other slashers.
It does make it slightly different.
And that and the cartoony aspect
in the plot and the story,
set them apart to me. But
I guess I just don't feel like I need another Saw in my life. Like,
well, there's been 10. I feel like we've reached maximum.
I think it's enough.
I think so too, but we'll see what happens.
But this was a very impressive 10th installment. Like, you generally just expect them to get shittier.
You do.
And I think this one is better. Like, it's better than all the stuff in the middle.
And I guess it's worth noting that it was a better way to wrap up the series. And it wasn't even that they brought in some prestige writer-director to do it.
No.
It's just the same people that worked on the other ones. They just happened to make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I wish I liked it more. I didn't have very much fun with it. I felt like it was played too seriously, except for those couple moments. I didn't really like it as much as you. Okay. I didn't think he had that much chemistry with Amanda. That was annoying, but we already talked about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not really... To me, the kills were not as interesting as some of the other ones. And in some of the previous ones, I thought that the kills were a little bit cooler than these. But
yeah, I would agree with that.
And just the way that he did them so quickly and stuff bothered me. But I don't think it was a bad movie. I just think it was at least a half an hour too long and not as fun as it could have been. But I do appreciate that they gave Tobin Bell this kind of vehicle.
Yeah.
For his little acting. Not his little acting, that sounded...
patronizing.
Patronizing, yeah, sure did. But I'm glad that they...
little acting.
Look at him go. Bless his heart. I was surprised that they put a... Well, let's not talk about that yet. Let's go spoilers in a second, and we'll talk about that, because I want to hear what you hated about the ending. And I'm going to rate it a 2.5, just because I can see where it was better than a lot of the other ones. I saw one of the Midzy ones in the theater, and God, it was awful. It was a Costas one, I believe.
Yeah, I would say that most of the ones he's in are just... They're just bad.
So it definitely was better.
But I've seen them all.
Yeah. I wish I had. I meant to do it in October, and I didn't get to it.
I'm sure they'll be on again at some point.
Yeah, as soon as Saw X is free, they'll be on something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should point out before spoilers that this is currently available to rent for like $5.99.
Oh, mine was $3.99.
Oh, maybe mine was $3.99 too. Actually, it was a sale.
Holiday special right
now.
now.
That's right.
Yes.
So $3.99 for a limited time. Are you out of your mind?
Mm-hmm. I think they are.
So yeah, 2.5 for me, 3 for Jamie. I only recommend it if you like the other Saw movies, I think. I don't think this is going to be the one to get you into Saw. Although I can tell you that it's okay to watch if you're not familiar with the other ones, because I'm not super familiar with like the lore and stuff, and it's fine.
Yeah, I don't
Although
think
I was like,
lost or anything.
Who is this bitch when he brought her in? But I remember that he like took a protege, so I
that
figured
threw me
that
off
was
at
her.
first, because I wasn't aware going into this, like where this fell in the
only reason I knew it wasn't modern day was because of the phones.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't even... Well, I figured it wasn't modern day, but I didn't know where it fell in like the sequence of the movies. So if it was between 1 and 2, then yeah, that made sense to see her. Also, she just looked so strange, and so different and she's just really one of my least favorite people in the
In the
this
world.
franchise. In the world. She's just the worst. No, she's perfect. I'm sure she's perfectly lovely. I just don't like the Amanda character.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to talk spoilers.
Now.
So, what did you hate about the ending?
I hated their fucking literal walk off into the sunset. That, like, what was that? That was so stupid.
What I want to know is, I forgot what happened to the lady.
She just was left there.
Didn't she live?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she passed the test.
But she was the worst one of all.
I know.
And she didn't.
That was also very unsatisfying.
That was what bothered me. I mean, yes, they walked off into the sunset, but a lot of it was cheesy. The little boy fixing his bike. Who is this? A friend?
But that was overly cheesy. Like, he was in the middle. She ruffles his hair at one point. She and John open the two huge doors at the exact same time so the three of them can walk out into the sunlight. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this? How did we just watch all of that Saw shit and this is how you're going to end it with this like Disney
Well, that's the
nonsense?
thing. Before he realizes he's swindled, it's that movie. At the very end, it's that movie. In the middle, it's Saw.
No, it's dumb. I don't want it to be bookended by that.
Well, I don't either, but that's what you
liked
got.
It. I liked it beginning that way. That was fine. But no, that's why I'm saying I hated that part at the end. That made no sense to me.
I did read something about how like almost every movie ends with a door closing and this one ended with a door opening. It was like a symbol of whatever.
Is what I say to that.
Listeners, Jamie just made the jerk off symbol for you listening at home.
That's dumb. I'm not watching Saw so I can see a door open instead and there's hope and light. Like, no. I'm watching it because you get to see people get killed in weird ways.
Yeah. And get their eyeballs sucked out by tubes.
Yeah. That was weird. And like that was kind of odd too towards the end or like at the end where the blonde lady, I can't remember the character's name, but where she just goes from again just being kind of like a somewhat villain to being like, oh, actually I'm gonna go get this innocent kid out here and I'm gonna like fucking arrange for him to die.
And then she murders that girl too by stepping on her
and,
neck.
like steps on her neck and kills
it's like,
her.
so
like,
this is not the first time you've killed somebody. But
Yeah,
I guess
so
if you're that
just
kind of person.
Yeah, I guess. That just seemed like that amped it up quite
So
a bit.
the girl who was just a drug addict got killed and that lady lives. That doesn't really... What kind of life coach are you, John Kramer?
Yeah, no, you did a terrible job. And also, how is that little boy going to explain all of that money to his parents?
And all of that blood all over him.
They're going to think it's like cartel money.
Probably.
It was dumb. And how convenient that the one word he had the little boy teach him in Spanish when he fixed his bike was the one word that would come in handy.
Right.
Later on during the trap. How did he even know that the boy did he plan that? I don't think so.
I think he did. I think that was part of the plan somehow.
Yeah. So then that's where it gets into like a little sort of, at some points you have to suspend your disbelief like a little too much for my liking, where it's like, there's no way
they could have foreseen this stuff.
Although I feel like they were maybe a little tongue in cheek and commenting on that, where he says to Amanda, like at one point where he's like, no matter what happens, trust me, it's going to work out.
Right. It might not work out how you think it's going to, but it always work out
will.
Or something. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, listen, yeah, we know it's all kind of, we've got some ridiculous things.
Just go with it.
Those are the Saw movies. Like, he obviously has all of this planned in some sort of, like, I can see the future sort of way.
I mean, a lot of those double cross kind of movies.
Right. Yeah.
There's no way.
Exactly.
Look at Gone Girl. She never could have foreseen all the shit that came up in that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to forget that people are not as
That's why it's like
as,
when you start to like pick
you can
it
write
apart.
characters to be cleverer than real people.
And you think of those things and it's kind of like, no, you couldn't have seen this, but you expect it in Saw movies.
Yes.
Like there has to be some of that.
Do 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 do.
God, that walk into the sunset. Into the Sun. That was just so dumb. It was so dumb. I was glad that they at least then had the after credit scene.
Yeah.
To sort of like
somebody else was getting it. Because that guy. So what does that guy do? He just goes around to grief, like cancer support groups, and then hopes he runs into people over coffee.
Yep.
I see.
That must be what he does.
Whatever.
I don't know. Whatever's right.
Anything else you want to say about the ending?
No, just that. I don't
like his system. If that woman can live, I don't like his system.
No, that was very unsatisfying.
It was.
She was the worst of all of them.
Right. The other people were just kind of bad.
Yeah. They were probably just like a little bit desperate and in need of money.
Yeah.
And so we're easily talked into it.
And he tortured him.
Yeah.
He burnt that lady with a big lamp.
With a big radiation.
That was gross.
Thing. Yeah, that was gross.
Although you could tell that the movie wanted us to feel bad for her because they didn't do close-ups of her bashing her arms and legs.
See, that one would have been the easiest.
Yeah.
Of all of them. I mean, it still would have been horrible. Obviously.
But they kind of went easy on us for that one.
But yeah,
I was surprised.
Chopping off your leg.
And I was also hoping that mask thing that closes the one guy in was going to open up again because I wanted to see what his face would have looked like. But
it didn't.
I felt like we were a little ripped off.
And I liked that it was like a weird like tiki mask.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
I think it was like some kind of Aztec thing.
I mean, it's so silly, but like the little guy like riding out on his tricycle. Like, do you just travel everywhere with one of those? Like,
did you bring that in your suitcase?
Did you bring it with you? And how do you get it to work so well that it goes to exactly the right spot? And then how do you have it so that it's somehow also rigged to some sort of mechanism like up in the ceiling? Right. Like, at what point in your visit down here did you put all of this together?
He did an Amazon next day order.
Yeah, he must have.
Jigsaw tricycle riding.
Yeah, and traps and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little silly.
I guess we shouldn't pick it apart anymore.
I know, because once
the
you do,
ratings
you're like,
going down
none of this makes sense.
About it. None of this makes any sense.
Nope.
So then I guess we best wrap it up.
Yeah, might as well.
That's what we think about Saw X. Jamie, would you go see another one if they made it?
Oh, probably.
Who would you like to direct if you could have a director step in?
Interesting.
You know who I'm going to say? Flying Lotus. The guy who made that weird Legends of the Hidden Temple VHS short.
Yeah.
He could make something really gross.
Yep. I think if he had someone helping him with writing or editing, I think Eli Roth could make a good one, just because it's kind of his
his wheelhouse, anyways. For sure. Well, I'll tell you who I don't want to make it. David Gordon Green and Danny McBride.
No. And I like Danny McBride, but David Gordon Green needs to stay away from
our franchises. Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Get away.
All right, that's what we thought of Saw. Let us know what you thought. Are you a Saw stan? Are you a Saw newbie? We love to hear from you. I already said that. It remains
we still
true.
Do.
Yeah. So what are we doing next time, Jamie?
We're doing Rebirth.
And what is that on? AMC Plus, I think?
AMC Plus and Shudder, I
think. AMC Plus and Shudder. And that also came out.
AMC Plus.
Yeah. That also came out this year.
Yep.
And it stars Marin Ireland from The Dark and the Wicked.
And I don't know the actress's name, forgive me, but she was in Scrubs.
Oh,
she was
okay.
Not the blonde.
Not the blonde.
Correct. And they are both really, really good in it. I'm excited to talk about it because I accidentally watched that thinking that's what we were doing tonight. Which I wasn't disappointed. So
real quick squeeze in a 2-hour movie.
Yep. I know, when I saw the runtime, I was like, motherfucker, okay.
Thank you for your service.
You got this, yeah.
So that's what we're doing next time. We do hope that you will join us in 2 weeks to discuss it.
Yeah.
And we hope that you have a nice 2 weeks. And that you enjoy nice weather. And that your 2024 starts off delightfully. And
healthy.
horrifically. Yeah, and less snotty.
Snotty. So sorry,
possible.
everybody.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah,
it's a snotty time of year.
It can't be helped. Nothing's touching it. I've had so much Mucinex.
Well, try some hot ramen.
Delicious hot ramen.
Yep. I feel like that's going to be what
And
does
some
the trick for you.
Yep.
And some momofuku sauce.
Some momofuku sauce.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listeners, thank you for listening. Jamie, thank you for joining me.
So welcome.
This has been episode 242.
Getting up there.
And until next time, I've been Amy.
And I'm Jamie.
Thank you and good evening.
Goodbye.
This is CNN.
This